It begins like clockwork. You lie in bed, waiting for rest to finally take over. The room is quiet, your breathing slows, and your body starts to sink into the mattress. Just as sleep begins to wrap around you, the urge strikes. That familiar pressure in your lower belly pushes you upright. Another trip to the bathroom. Maybe it's a first. Maybe it's the third. For many older adults, this routine happens not once, but multiple times every single night. And it doesn't just interrupt your sleep, it steals your energy, your clarity, and sometimes you're able to go to bed at all. This nightly disruption is known as nocturia, and it affects millions of people over 60. Most brush it off as a normal part of aging, something you just have to live with. But the truth is far more serious. Constant sleep interruptions can weaken your immune system, increase your risk of falls, worsen memory loss, and make you feel decades older than you really are. And here's the cruel irony. Many people try to fix the problem by drinking less water throughout the day, not realizing that dehydration can also irritate the bladder and make nighttime urination even worse. The real issue often isn't how much you drink, but what and when. Some fluids overstimulate the bladder or disrupt sleep. Others, however, work with your body, calming the nervous system and reducing the silent inflammation that contributes to bladder sensitivity. Certain drinks contain natural compounds that support the muscles of the urinary tract, balance hormones, and even help regulate your sleep cycles. It's not about eliminating evening beverages. It's about making smarter, more informed choices that help, not hurt, your nights. In the next few minutes, you'll discover 5 natural bedtime drinks that have shown promising results in reducing nighttime bathroom trips. These aren't trendy detox teas or gimmicky powders. They come from real foods, herbs, and traditional remedies that have been quietly helping people for generations. Many are backed by recent scientific studies showing how they affect melatonin production, bladder function, or inflammation levels. And best of all, they're safe, affordable, and simple to prepare at home, even if you've never followed a health routine before. So if your nights have turned into a pattern of sleep, wake, walk, and repeat, these drinks might offer the gentle support your body needs. They won't knock you out like pills. They won't overwhelm your system. But with consistency and the right timing, they can help rebuild your body's natural rhythm and give your nights back the peace they once had. Let's begin this journey with drink number 5, a small red liquid, rich in natural melatonin, and quietly powerful when taken at just the right time. Number 5, tart cherry juice. For many older adults, sleep doesn't come easy, and staying asleep is even harder. One of the most common interruptions? That stubborn urge to pee again and again throughout the night. But what if part of the solution wasn't a medication or a bladder treatment, but something as simple as a small glass of juice? Tart cherry juice, made from sour Montmorency cherries, has gained attention not just for its taste, but for its effect on sleep quality. It's one of the rare foods that naturally contains melatonin, the very hormone your body uses to signal rest and repair. And that's only the beginning of what this crimson drink can do. As we age, melatonin levels decline, and our ability to fall and stay asleep suffers. The body's internal clock becomes less precise. Tart cherry juice offers a gentle way to support that system. Unlike synthetic melatonin pills, which often come in high doses and can leave you groggy, this juice provides a softer, food-based approach. A small serving before bed may help your brain reestablish that nightly rhythm, one where you don't wake up with every minor bladder signal or creak in the floor. It's not sedation, it's restoration, a subtle nudge that brings your sleep cycle back to center. But there's more going on in tart cherries than just melatonin. These fruits are packed with anthocyanins, deep red plant pigments with strong anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is a silent contributor to many age-related problems, including overactive bladder. When your bladder or urinary tract is irritated, even a small amount of urine can feel urgent. By calming that invisible fire inside, tart cherry juice helps reduce the signals that force you out of bed in the middle of the night. It's like turning down the volume on your bladder so your brain can stay asleep. Of course, timing and dosage matter. You don't need a full glass. Just about a quarter cup, roughly 60 milliliters, is enough. More than that might add unnecessary fluid to your system, defeating the purpose. And always choose a version with no added sugar. Sweetened cherry juice may taste better, but can spike your blood sugar and undo many of the benefits. Look for organic, unsweetened tart cherry juice, ideally cold-pressed and stored in a glass bottle. Drink it around 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, giving your body time to absorb the melatonin and antioxidants without rushing your kidneys. What's beautiful about this solution is how gentle it is. No side effects. No need to overhaul your routine. Just one small, intentional step before bed. Some people notice results within a few nights, others after a couple of weeks. But for many, the shift is remarkable. Deeper sleep, fewer wake-ups, and a sense of calm they haven't felt in years. Tart cherry juice doesn't force your body to behave. It reminds it how to rest, how to restore. And for something that comes from a tree and fits in a glass, that's a powerful gift. Number 4, dandelion root tea. Not all nighttime bladder problems begin at night. Sometimes, the trouble starts much earlier in the day, when your body hasn't had the chance to release excess fluids. That's where dandelion root tea comes in. Known for centuries in traditional herbal medicine, this earthy-tasting tea acts as a gentle diuretic, encouraging your kidneys to flush out excess water and sodium during the day. The trick? You drink it not at bedtime, but in the late afternoon, well before your body begins winding down. That way, by the time night falls, your bladder has less work to do. For people who struggle with swollen legs, water retention, or bloating, dandelion tea offers a kind of quiet relief. It gently stimulates urination without stressing the kidneys or forcing the body into imbalance. By promoting this earlier clearing phase, your system becomes lighter and less reactive in the evening hours. Many older adults unknowingly carry around fluid all day that only begins to shift when they lie down, pressing on the bladder and sending those frustrating nighttime signals. Dandelion helps prevent that shift from becoming a trigger. But timing is everything. Drinking this tea too close to bedtime can actually make things worse. Instead, the ideal window is about 4 to 6 hours before you go to sleep. Think of it as a late afternoon ritual, not a nighttime one. That way, your body has time to process and eliminate the excess fluids before you're tucked in. Just 1 cup brewed from the dried root, not the leaves, is usually enough. And if you're new to it, start with a weak infusion to see how your body responds before increasing the strength. Another overlooked benefit of dandelion root tea is its impact on liver function and digestion. A sluggish liver can indirectly affect how your body handles hormones and fluid balance, which in turn can influence bladder activity. By gently supporting the liver's detox processes, dandelion may help create a more stable internal environment, one where your body isn't sending mixed signals at night. This doesn't happen overnight, but over time, the effects can compound. Better fluid management, steadier energy, and fewer urgent trips to the bathroom in the dark. Dandelion root tea doesn't work by numbing your system. It works by helping your body do its job earlier in the day. For those willing to add one more small ritual to their afternoon, it may mean deeper sleep, a calmer bladder, and a more predictable night. It's not flashy. It doesn't taste like berries or mint. But for something that grows in your backyard and costs pennies per serving, its benefits can be surprisingly deep. Sometimes the best nighttime habits begin hours before you ever lie down. Number 3, chamomile with bearberry leaf. Sometimes, the key to fewer nighttime bathroom trips isn't just what calms your bladder, it's what calms you. That's where chamomile steps in. Known around the world as a gentle herbal tea for sleep, chamomile does more than help you drift off. It soothes your nervous system, reduces anxiety, and lowers the body's stress signals that often keep light sleepers on edge. When combined with bearberry leaf, also called uversi, it becomes a powerful duo. While chamomile works on the mind, bearberry works on the bladder itself, easing inflammation and helping restore comfort to the entire urinary tract. The bearberry plant has long been used in traditional remedies to treat urinary discomfort, especially when inflammation or irritation is involved. It contains a natural compound called arbutin, which converts into hydroquinone, a substance with antimicrobial and astringent properties. This means it can help tighten and tone the bladder wall, reducing the sensation of urgency. Combined with chamomile's relaxing effects, the tea helps both body and bladder shift into nighttime mode. The result? Fewer disruptive signals and a better chance of sleeping through the night without interruption. But this isn't a tea to be taken lightly. Bearberry leaf is a medicinal herb that should be used carefully, especially by older adults or those on medications. While chamomile is generally safe for daily use, bearberry should be used only in short durations and ideally under the guidance of a healthcare professional. Too much or too frequent use can strain the liver and kidneys. The safest way to try it is by preparing a mild tea, with just a small pinch of bearberry leaf added to a regular cup of chamomile, and drinking it no more than a few times per week. The ideal time to drink this tea is about 1 hour before bed. It gives your nervous system a chance to unwind and your bladder a gentle, anti-inflammatory signal to relax. For some people, the effects are noticeable within a few nights. Less pressure, less urgency, and a smoother transition into sleep. For others, the change is more gradual. Either way, the goal isn't just to suppress symptoms, but to help the body return to a more balanced and less reactive state. A warm cup of chamomile with bearberry is more than a nighttime beverage. It's a ritual, a message to your brain and your bladder that the day is done and it's time to rest. In a world that moves too fast and overstimulates every system in your body, this tea invites stillness. It's not about force, it's about permission. Permission to sleep, permission to heal, and permission to stop rushing to the bathroom every night like it's an emergency. Number 2, warm milk with turmeric, golden milk. There's something deeply comforting about a warm drink before bed, especially one that feels like it's hugging you from the inside. Golden milk, a blend of warm milk and turmeric, has long been used in Ayurvedic traditions as a nighttime tonic. But beyond its cozy flavor and golden glow lies a powerful combination of benefits. The warmth of the milk calms the nervous system, relaxing the body and preparing it for deep rest. And turmeric, bright yellow, earthy, and potent, works quietly in the background, reducing inflammation throughout the body, including in the bladder and prostate. As we age, inflammation becomes one of the body's biggest enemies. It creeps into joints, muscles, and organs, including the urinary system. In men especially, an inflamed or enlarged prostate can be a major reason for nighttime urination. Turmeric contains curcumin, a compound well documented for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. While it doesn't act like a fast-acting drug, regular use may help reduce the irritation that triggers those late-night urges. By calming the system from the inside out, golden milk offers a natural way to support both bladder and sleep health. Some people worry about dairy, especially before bed. If that's you, there's good news. Golden milk doesn't have to come from a cow. Almond milk, coconut milk, or oat milk are all excellent alternatives, especially if they're unsweetened and fortified with calcium. The goal is warmth and fat content, not lactose. These plant-based versions still carry the soothing texture and pair beautifully with turmeric. A pinch of black pepper is often added to enhance the absorption of curcumin, and a dash of cinnamon or ginger can elevate both the taste and the benefits. The best time to drink golden milk is about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Heat it gently, never boil it, and sip slowly like a winding down ritual. This isn't something you gulp on the go. It's an intentional pause. Some find that the warmth alone helps relax tense muscles and eases the mental chatter that keeps them tossing and turning. Combined with turmeric's systemic benefits, golden milk becomes more than a drink. It becomes a message to your body that it's time to let go of the day and settle into restoration. In a world full of pills and quick fixes, golden milk reminds us that healing can be slow, gentle, and delicious. There are no sharp effects, no jarring changes, just steady support. And over time, as inflammation fades and rest deepens, the need to jump up at 2 o'clock or 3 a.m. may fade with it. Golden milk doesn't just comfort your body, it teaches it to rest again. And that may be one of the most valuable things you can give yourself after 60. Peace at night and strength in the morning. Number 1. Pumpkin seed tea. When it comes to nighttime urination, especially for older men, the real issue often lies deeper than the bladder. An enlarged prostate, common after age 50, can press against the urethra and make it harder to fully empty the bladder. That's why the urge to urinate keeps returning, even if only a little comes out. But here's a quiet powerhouse that's been used in traditional remedies for years: pumpkin seeds. When boiled into a tea, these tiny green seeds can deliver real relief. Rich in zinc, phytosterols, and antioxidants, pumpkin seed tea supports the health of both the prostate and the bladder. Zinc plays a key role in male hormonal balance and prostate function. A deficiency can lead to inflammation and swelling, both of which worsen urinary symptoms. Pumpkin seeds are one of the best natural sources of zinc, especially when consumed regularly. Their compounds also help strengthen the detrusor muscle, the part of the bladder that controls release. When this muscle is weak or overactive, nighttime urination becomes more frequent. Drinking pumpkin seed tea offers these benefits in a hydrating, easy-to-digest form that doesn't overwhelm the system before bed. To prepare it, all you need is 1 tablespoon of raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds and about 1.5 cups of water. Boil the seeds for 10 minutes. Let the tea steep for another 5 and strain before drinking. It has a mild, nutty flavor that pairs well with a drop of honey or a slice of ginger, though it's pleasant on its own. Drink it about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. While it does add a bit of fluid, the nutrients it provides often help calm the bladder enough to outweigh the extra volume. Another benefit of pumpkin seed tea is its cumulative effect. This isn't a one-time fix. It works best when taken consistently over several weeks. That's because its nutrients slowly rebuild tissue strength, reduce internal inflammation, and support long-term prostate health. Unlike harsh medications or drastic interventions, it works in harmony with your body's natural rhythms. And because it's food-based, most people tolerate it well, without side effects. For many, the change starts subtly: fewer wake-ups, deeper sleep, and less urgency. Over time, it becomes part of a broader shift toward feeling stronger and more in control. At the end of the day, pumpkin seed tea stands out not just because it's effective, but because it's accessible. No expensive supplements, no prescriptions, just a handful of seeds, hot water, and a few quiet minutes to let your body receive something nourishing. For those who've grown tired of dreading the night, this simple tea can offer hope, 1 cup at a time. When you give your body what it truly needs, it often responds with more peace, more strength, and fewer midnight interruptions. If you've been living with restless nights, waking up again and again, walking tired steps to the bathroom, lying awake while the clock ticks past midnight, you know how deeply it affects more than just your sleep. It drains your energy, your focus, and sometimes even your hope. But the truth is, change is still possible. Not through drastic measures or complicated regimens, but through small, thoughtful choices like the ones you've seen here. These drinks aren't magic, but they are powerful tools. And sometimes, all it takes is one new habit to start shifting everything else. Each of the 5 drinks we've explored offers something unique. Some work by calming your nervous system. Others soothe inflammation or support the bladder and prostate directly. But what they all have in common is that they respect your body's rhythm. They don't try to override it. They help restore it. That's the kind of gentle healing that often works best in the long run, especially as we age. You don't have to overhaul your entire lifestyle overnight. Start with just 1 drink. Try it for a few nights. Listen to how your body responds. And don't let past frustration convince you that nothing works. So many people try one thing, get discouraged, and give up. But the body is more responsive than we give it credit for, especially when we stop fighting it and start supporting it. Give yourself permission to experiment, to be patient, and to trust that change can happen gradually. You're not alone in this. Millions of people are rediscovering better sleep and fewer bathroom trips simply by tuning into what their body really needs at night and during the day. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's progress. It's waking up one morning feeling more rested than the day before. It's realizing you only got up once, or maybe not at all. And it's the quiet joy of reclaiming your nights as a space for peace, not frustration. Whether you start with cherry juice, pumpkin seed tea, or golden milk, what matters most is starting. Sleep isn't just a luxury, it's your foundation. And you deserve it, no matter your age, your condition, or your past struggles. If this video helped you or made you feel seen, consider subscribing for more content like this, focused on real solutions for real people over 60. Your journey toward better sleep doesn't end here. In fact, it may just be beginning. Until next time, rest well, and remember, small changes can bring big peace.